Hey awesome people, welcome to another episode of Sew Addicts. Today's episode is super easy. We are doing an alteration quick fix episode. Yes, I am going to be showing you guys how to fix a hole in the crotch area of your jeans, or pretty much anywhere on your jeans. But one of the most popular rips that happen in our jeans is usually in the crotch area, and this is super normal, nothing to be embarrassed about. It usually happens in the crotch area because we all have thighs and we rub our thighs together, and that part of the jeans actually begins to thin and wear out. So that is why you might just get like a sudden hole in your jeans and you're wondering like, what the hell, I just bought these. Well, it's probably because, you know, we wash it, we wear it, and we pretty much rub our thighs together, so the fabric becomes thin eventually, and it causes this big gaping hole when you jump over a fence or you do a split or something. Anyway, this video is super easy, very beginner basic. Anybody can do it. It shows you a method which is called the patch method. At least I call it the patch method, which covers the hole in a very conspicuous way, and it's not too obvious. And you can pretty much try it on any hole on your jeans. It's super easy to do. It takes about 15-20 minutes tops, and if you're new to the process, it's probably going to take you 30 minutes, which is not that bad. Anyway, I really hope you guys really enjoy this tutorial. If you're new here, welcome to my channel. I hope you love what you see so far, and if you do, make sure to hit down that subscribe button so you can see more awesome videos from me, and let's just get started. So starting off, I have my jeans here, obviously with the hole in it, and as you guys can see, the crotch area is pretty much already kind of thinned out, and obviously that's why I have the hole. So get started with the materials we need. You want to grab this fusible bonding web. Now this thing is super amazing, and you can pretty much grab it in any craft store. You also want to get a scrap piece of jean fabric, and the only thing you want to make sure is that this fabric matches your actual jeans. It doesn't have to be exact, but it should be kind of really close. So now we're going to move on to my pressing table. We're going to be using the iron for this part of the process. So we're going to use this scrap piece of jean fabric to cover up our hole. And in order to do that, the first thing you want to do is turn your jeans inside out. So in this way, we're going to place this extra jean fabric right on that hole. So now I'm just turning my jeans inside out, making sure that I'm able to easily place this fabric right on that hole to cover it up nice and neat. So you just want to straighten out your jeans, making sure that everything is laying nice and flat. So then I went ahead and actually traced out how much of my scrap fabric I want to use to cover up that hole. So you don't have to make this too big, and you also don't want to make it too small, as you want to really reinforce that part of your jeans to prevent further holes. So I'm just going ahead and also tracing my center back, as you guys can see, because I want this scrap fabric to fit really nice and neat into my jeans. So I'm just going ahead, as you guys can see, I have my curve right there following the same curve as my center back, and the fabric fitting nicely on that seam as well, and it also lays really nice and flat, covering up my hole and also reinforcing my jeans. So the next thing you want to do is to cut out your scrap fabric from the bonding web. So the bonding web comes like this. So you want to make sure to open that up really nice, and we're going to cut out the scrap fabric from the bonding web. Now when you're cutting this out, you want to make sure that the right side of your scrap fabric is facing the bonding web when you're cutting it out. So the only reason we're doing this is because the right side of our scrap fabric is going to be placed on the hole. So the right side is actually what's going to show on our right side of the jeans. So when you have this all cut out, you want to make sure to lay your jeans nice and flat, and we're going to just go right ahead and place the bonding web and also the scrap fabric, making sure that the right side is at the bottom and is not actually at the top, as you guys can see. So then we're just going to take our iron, make sure it's nice and hot, and we're just going to press that scrap fabric on the jeans. In the process, you also want to make sure that your hole is kind of together, making sure that they're not too far apart. So when your hole is together, make sure to also press this really nicely with the bonding web and also with your iron. Now this is automatically gonna make sure the scrap fabric sticks to the actual jeans. Now this bonding web is super freaking amazing. You could wash, dry clean your pants, and it's pretty much still gonna be there, so you don't have to worry about it coming apart. So when you have done this, you just want to make sure to turn your jeans back to the right side, and as you guys can see, the hole is pretty much looking so amazing right now. The only thing that's left to do is to go over this with a sewing machine. Now the next process is to grab a thread that is very close to your actual jean fabric. So I just had the thread, and as you guys can see, it actually pretty much matches that whole area. So you want to get something that is very similar to that area where you're going to sew over. So now we're on the sewing machine, and you just want to feed your jeans through the sewing machine. As you guys can see, I am feeding that through, and then what we're going to be doing is actually going through the hole with a zigzag stitch. Now if you have a machine that already does a zigzag stitch, you really don't have to use this process, but for everybody that has a straight stitch machine, all you got to do is just sew in a back stitch way. So how you regularly back stitch your fabrics or sewing, you just want to make sure to do that on the jeans as well. So I'm just sewing and back stitching at the same time, and this creates a really nice back stitch and a really nice zigzag stitch as well. So you just want to go over this at least 2 or 3 times. You want to make sure that you don't have too many stitches on your patch, but you want to go over this at least 2 or 3 times back and forth, left to right. And when you feel like you have enough reinforcement, you could just cut your thread right out, and your jeans is pretty much all done up. As you guys can see, this looks so good right now. The hole is covered up, and it is kind of conspicuous. You really can't see it, at least when you put it on. It's not going to be too obvious, and that's because I found a thread that matched up really nice. So at this point, you do have the option of running the zigzag stitch all around this area of your crotch, but I usually just like to stay within where my hole was actually created. So just to give you guys an idea of what the back actually looks like, very simple, nothing really crazy. Just go right ahead and snap any threads hanging off from your zigzag stitch, and of course your jeans is pretty much done and ready to wear. Thank you again for joining me on another episode of Sew Addicts. I really hope you guys learned a bunch of stuff from this tutorial. Like I said, it really is super easy to do this patch method to fix any hole in your jeans. Now I'm sending you forth into the world to go get those jeans that's just probably laying at the back of your closet, catching all that dust. Pick them up, dust them up, and go fix the holes in the crotch, in the knee, pretty much anywhere in your jeans using this method. And trust me, you're going to be thanking me because it's a pretty awesome method. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial once again. If you have any questions for me or opinions, suggestions about this video or any of my other videos, make sure to scroll down and leave me a couple of words or comments. I'm definitely looking at those as well. And please give this video a big thumbs up. And if you haven't already, make sure to hit down that red subscribe button to subscribe to this channel, and you can see more awesome videos from me. I really hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. Again, I hope to catch you awesome Sew Addicts next week. Bye.